Sticking with the programming, I'm Chase Ingram.
I'm Captain America.
And along with me is Bill Grundler. And it's that time of the week, Bill. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to touch on the Glassman Chipper, the CrossFit Journal article simply called The Clean. Wonderful article, 9 pages long.
It's got to be one of the longest, dude. It has to
July
be.
2003. Hailed as the king of all exercises. Jeopardy question. But welcome, everyone. We are bringing back the CrossFit Journal. We'll touch on this in just a second. But I'm excited about this one. We've been hitting a couple of like one-pagers recently. And the amount of information we can squeeze out of one page, I can't imagine the amount of information we're going to squeeze out of 9.
I know. That's why I was like, should we start this at like 7 a.m.?
I know.
and go to 5 the way we go on this stuff. Especially, dude, like this one, like I did get nervous because, I mean, the proverbial king of the exercise, like, yeah, it's just my favorite.
Is clean
my favorite? It's my favorite. Like clean and jerk is my favorite. Like if I could only do one lifting exercise and that was my sole thing, it would be the clean. It would be the clean and jerk because it just does so many good things. It makes it ego wise. It just makes me feel strong. Like I can lift whatever I need off the ground and over my head.
There's something to say or internally from, I would say, from just like a reptilian brain, basic human instinct standpoint is like in the back of my head, if I know I can lift 200 and something pounds from the ground to over my head, I'm really not worried about anybody that comes within my like grip range.
Exactly.
Right. It's like you might be even if like you're like a seasoned fighter, right? It's like, listen, I know I can take this and put it over here. So at the end of the day, you might be better than me. You might beat me, but I'm not afraid of you because I know I'm capable. So
if you know, I mean, you said reptilian brain. Maybe it's just kind of like it is hardwired into my wrestler brain that I will pick you up off the ground, and once I pick you up off the ground, you're in my control.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what
like
you
when
are.
I would stay away from a wrestler or like MMA is like, because I know I was like, listen, as soon as they get their like hands on me enough, I'm kind of screwed. But if I can get on them first, it's like a wrestler, like people don't really, most wrestlers are like really small, but they are, except for like the heavyweights, right? That's different.
Yeah.
Like the Olympic Greco, like those guys are monsters. And even the little ones are monsters. They're just packed in this little ball of ferocity. And they'll like crawl up your back and like, what the hell just happened?
Dude,
if you can get them, like there's weight classes for a reason.
Right. Totally. Dude, probably one of the highlights of my life as a young man. I mean, like everyone thinks their dad is the best, you know what I mean? But one of the greatest things that I ever saw, there were a handful, but this was like the first one. And I remember it specifically. My little brother did karate. And that was you want to learn some protective skills, whichever. Yeah. And my dad was a big dude. I mean, he was like 6'2", 215, 220 pounds. I mean, muscle dude, like was lifting all the time. Just had a very prominent air about himself. And we go into the karate studio. And the karate guy comes over and he's a little bit older and you can tell he thinks he's a badass too. He's got his black belt on, and he thinks he's a badass. And somehow, I don't know what escalated this, but somehow they got into a discussion about like, so you think wrestlers are pretty tough, huh? And my dad's like, well, he's like, I'm pretty sure I can handle myself, whatever I need to do. And the karate guy's like, well, there are skills that we have that we could do to, counter fight anyone out there. And my dad goes, that's what you think, huh? And he's like, yeah. He's like, with my kicks and my chops, I could do. I'm paraphrasing right now, but my dad goes, he's like, you might kick me once, He's like, you might even get a couple like shots in there a couple times, but if I get a hold of your body, I will throw you through the wall.
Yeah.
The brick wall. And I was like, damn, my dad's coolest.
Like, I love my dad.
Like, yeah, screw this. I don't want to do karate anymore.
That's awesome.
That right there is the clean. I will pick you up off the ground and I will throw you. I will use my hips to get as much power from the ground to wherever it needs to go. And it is, I mean, I know deadlift and squat, but it is the most functional movement as far as like actually doing shit, like actually getting through life. It's not just lifting. It's picking it up explosively and moving it aggressively. And dude, I love it.
That's why it's so fun going through this article, because it touches on that so much in so many different places in this article that it's really enjoyable. So I'm glad you guys are here. Someone had asked what order we go in. I sent a website link. These things are hard to find. I would say the powers that be, whoever made the decisions, have made it very challenging to find CrossFit Journal articles. However, I'm better, and I did find them. And so it's basically just a list. And what the Glassman chipper is like the CrossFit Journal is it is a giant collection of the best minds in the space that contribute to this. The Glassman chipper is all of Greg's work, because when the CrossFit Journal first started, it was just Greg. And this is every article he wrote. I think it's in chronological order.
It has been pretty much so far. Yeah.
So we put in the link so you guys can save that. I have it. You can put it on your, what is it? Your search engine main.
If you just put Glassman chipper, like Glassman chipper CrossFit, it'll come up. You'll find it.
Sort of. It's tough. Like and subscribe, folks. Yes, please do that. We're on our march to 6,000 before the end of the year. But let's get into this. If you guys are new to the Glassman chipper, understand is that when we highlight these articles, we are looking at keywords, key phrases, key statements, and anything that you guys should know is in yellow. Everything that you must know or draw attention to, we'll put in blue. And we'll just go through this. Let me, can I blow this up a little bit more for Bill?
I got my glasses on. I'm good.
You got your glasses on?
I got my glasses on. I'm good.
There we go. Let me see. I think that's perfect. Right about there. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. The clean is dubbed the king of all exercises for a lot of the reasons that Bill just listed.
Yes.
Now, everyone's like, well, what about the snatch? Here's the snatch statement before we go through the rest of this article, right? Were it not for the snatch, the clean would have all but laughable challenges to the title. You said clean and jerk would be your number one lift to do forever. Mine's actually snatch. One is because I'm terrible at the clean and jerk. Two, because I'm much better at snatching. So I was like, you know what? It's close enough. It doesn't, I would say, achieve the same strength results, but however,
that's why I like it. That's why I like it.
And I understand. And deeper in this article, you'll see why I'm so bad at it. The clean, it says, is a pure bit of functionality. With the clean, we take ourselves from standing over the object or pulling it under and supporting it. Now, what he's saying is that everything we're going to talk about the clean, the snatch is also a part of. So don't like keep commenting, what about this? They're hand in hand. All right. They're hand in hand. Sean, I'm not great with the snatch. Well, you know,
sorry to hear that, my friend.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Practice makes perfect. So, you know, just saying.
Tell her you'll keep practicing.
Or find her. The bottom says the speed and force with which the clean and yes, the snatch, all right, drives the load, giving it developmental properties that other weight training movements cannot match. Now, what it means by this is, say, your basic starting strength movements, deadlift, squat, bench press, will never approximate the speed and force and consequently the power of a clean at larger loads. Brute force strength, deadlift, back squat, bench press are a thing. They're an incredible tool to get stronger. But when you want something that is more functional, and when we mean functional, we mean it in the pure sense of what CrossFit means when we say functional movement, is that a clean at this point, but a clean and jerk does everything. You pull from the floor. You have power through the middle. You've got speed under the bar. You have strength to stand up to the weight. You have the weight on your shoulders, and now you're pre-fatigued, and now you have to be explosive again and strong enough to put a barbell over your head, and you have to be flexible enough to do all of these things while having balance and accuracy through the entire movement. It is the perfect movement when you think about CrossFit's terms of fitness and functional movements. There honestly is
It makes
nothing
me
better.
so excited, dude. It makes me so excited thinking about all of it. It's so good. That's
Stats
why I
go
just love it, dude. If I'm not working out regularly, that will be the thing I'll pick.
Yep.
I'll pick it.
There's a
Every
really
time.
cool challenge at the end of this article that I thought was super cool. With these, while these are important movements, they are not the clean's peers. Power is that important. If you want to think about athletic development, and Greg said this all the time, is that hip extension is I don't know what to say. It's like the path to elite athleticism. Your ability to extend, flex through the hip joint, whether that's power, strength, speed, jumping, explosivity, that's the path to athleticism. It's also vital when it comes to fitness because most of our movements all centered around your ability to extend your hips rapidly. Developmental qualities, the clean builds immense strength and power, but this is the more obvious part of the clean story. The clean is unique because it demands extraordinary athleticism beyond strength and power. Sufficient speed and flexibility, refinements in coordination, accuracy, balance are the biggest obstacles of all.
What, dude? Flexibility on that point.
Isn't that
Like
weird?
you cannot. You watch someone that has good, and we're talking, I mean, the majority of the flexibility is going to be in that front rack position. Your shoulder flexibility, your wrist flexibility, your hip flexibility to get down into a nice squat. Like if you watch Olympic lifters, that's why it looks so pretty.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And when you watch a high school football team, and like they all use hang cleans. They all do that because you don't have to
Hang
learn
power.
movement. They don't want to teach the movement. But the thing is, you can see the lack of flexibility and the lack of that and what that does to the movement. I mean, we all know that if you can't get that bar all the way into a good front rack, then you're holding whatever weight it is that you're cleaning right in your wrist. And that right there will be the limiter of people. So you just can't, for such a weightlifting movement, like the flexibility element of that is it's just always overlooked and how important it really is.
And I think people think when they think flexibility demands, they always go to snatch because of the overhead position.
Right.
But as you said, is that when we see people who are inflexible, we see wide receiving stance position and low elbows.
Yep.
Because of poor flexibility. And everybody blames the wrists. Like, oh, my wrists aren't flexible. It's like, no, your triceps and lats are not flexible because if your elbows were higher, your lifts wouldn't hurt or your wrists wouldn't hurt. And it's wild because, I mean, I thought I knew all these things, but just seeing it again, obviously in Greg's words, because he does such an eloquent job of making me understand. This is why I love reading these articles, because I can read this and it could be so above my head, which most things really are from a technical standpoint. And I just read it as if I know it. I don't read it like I'm trying to understand it. That's how well these things are written. 22 years ago.
Yeah.
It says the clean requires and develops enormous strength, flexibility, power, speed, accuracy, agility, coordination, and balance. Ring a bell, anybody?
Look at that.
Oh, who knew? The clean becomes a powerful tool for developing vitally important functional cardiorespiratory endurance and stamina when you add in the push jerk element to it. Interesting. The benefits to strength, flexibility, power, speed, and accuracy, agility, coordination, and balance are directly proportionate to the load you can clean. Also, when it comes to the cardiorespiratory endurance and stamina portion, it's the number of times you can repeat that effort for reps, for time. And it sounds like we're hitting all 10 general physical skills at the moment. Application. The clean is as complete as an exercise can be, trains for super useful core to extremity motor recruitment patterns, and trains and conditions the body to apply large and sudden forces. Like this is the golf swing or baseball pitch complex, yet accessible to all who wish to learn it. I think people do need to understand is that they will intimidate themselves too much. Actually, we'll hit that a little later on the complexity of the movement and the concerns of heavy weights. And it's like, well, when you were learning how to say throw a baseball, did someone just like put a Major League Baseball in your hand and said throw it as hard as you can this direction? No. Says, in fact, the errors in the clean's execution may actually increase many of the demands of the movement at any given load, so that the more trouble you have developing a good clean, the more benefit practicing and training it'll deliver. Interesting. More like we learn from our mistakes more than we do from our successes. Who knew?
That's the part that I wish the high school football teams learned better.
Right?
Like, just because it went up doesn't mean that you were doing good right now. Can you miss some of those so that we can actually figure out why you missed that and go back to that?
The old grip it and rip it. Yeah. The clean and jerk continues the clean's journey from the ground to the shoulders with a second powerful whole body movement. It is the combined movements, the clean and jerk, that at high rep protocols simultaneously improve all 10 general physical skills associated with physical training. Is there any one movement that we've talked about or even looked at that does that as profoundly as a clean and jerk? I mean, technically the snatch, like, again, the snatch is part of the conversation, but when it comes to the snatch, like, it is so technique dependent and not nearly as strength dependent.
Right.
Obviously you need to be strong to lift more weight, but it's a different kind of strength when it comes to a clean. That's why I like snatch, because I don't have to be as strong. I can just do it.
You know what? And dude,
I'm a very powerful athlete. I am not a very strong one. I also have good technique and decent mobility, so that can mask my shortcoming in the strength department.
Yeah, see, and that's where I usually like I mean, when I was training a lot, I was good at the snatch. I mean, for my age group and stuff, I was good at the snatch. But it was always about the technique. I have great flexibility, and technically I'm good, but I just always felt that I could squeeze so much more out of a clean and jerk. Like, when I did a heavy clean and jerk workout, I'm like, hell yeah.
It does
The only
feel
time I ever said that with the snatch, it was like if I got a 1 rep max, and then it was like, hell yeah. Other than that, it was like, I mean, it's fun. It's like roller skating backwards. Like, it's fun, but you're really not going to do that all the time. You know, like, you do it once and you're like, cool, look at me. And then after that, you're like, let me get to the cool stuff. I'm going to skate fast. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do these jumps. I'm going to this. Like, I want the one I can squeeze the most out of. And that's
a good analogy, actually. I do feel like that when it comes to snatches. Say, we did that. Take heavy Isabel versus doing heavy Grace.
Yeah.
Heavy Isabel, you're like, all right, make sure I get this technique, make sure you're ready. Everything has to be perfect. Heavy Grace, you're like, just fucking pick it up again.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And I mean, the technique is important, but you're right. It dips, especially when you get heavy with the snatch. Like, that line that you have of that mistake zone that you have shrinks drastically.
Well, and that's part of it. Why it's talking about over here is that the misses or the challenges that you have are more. You're more able to manipulate those or fight and grind through those.
Right.
So the snatch, you just miss.
Rebound from it. Yeah.
There's really no lessons other than it's like, oh yeah, you're just an inch out in front of you and stop pulling away with the arms. It's like, oh, okay. This is the part where I think the everyday gym goers need to really start to understand this. And coaches, it is your job to be able to articulate this when either deconditioned athlete, non-athlete, elderly athlete come into your gym like, why do I need to learn an Olympic lift, especially the clean and jerk? Is that it's all too common for beginners to practice with too much weight. And how many times have you heard, I heard this all the time when I was doing level 1 seminars, is when we're teaching the pusher with a PVC pipe, undoubtedly one bro would be like, I just need a barbell to be able to feel the way I move better. And I'm like, okay.
That was a great voice too.
Thank you. Typically, when learning the clean, the lighter weights seem to fly around erratically. In an attempt to control the movement, the athlete will often want to pile weight on the bar. And Greg had always said this is like an Olympic athlete, say an Olympic lifter, their 1 rep max and their PVC pipe or empty barbell will look and be treated with the same amount of intent and respect from plastic to 400 pounds. Mm-hmm. You can't change your technique as the weight changes. It must be the same. And if you can't do it with nothing, why in the world do you think you can do that at maximal loads? Those technique deficiencies only get exponentially manifested as the weight increases. Says all this accomplishes is to mute the effects of some of the errant movements, which serves only to mask errors in technique. Oh my goodness, it's like I read this article this morning. If you cannot perform the movement consistently and properly, empty-handed or with a broomstick, your progress will come to an early screeching halt with weight. Right? If you're an early arm pulling, and I know there's like some people that do it. Actually, Adrian Conway had a post about it earlier today. Rich is notorious, especially with snatch, of an early arm pull. Now that could be a product of anatomical challenges. Like, for example, Adrian Conway has a small torso but long arms and legs. And so to get the bar in the right position, he may need to pull it to a certain position. However, humans are all unique snowflakes and not every person's the same, but the majority of us should be doing it a certain way because, we don't need to hijack something in the movement. It says, don't waste your time being in a hurry to lift large loads.
People just forget
to go heavy.
They forget how much faster they're going to be able to lift heavy weight if they can get that movement pattern down early. Like the whole virtuosity thing, doing this movement picture perfect at lightweight.
Yes.
And like whenever we do progressionary sets, like with the gym, I always will verbally tell everyone, okay, on these first couple rounds where you're at like 30, 40, 50% of your 1 rep max, like you're way down. Yeah. I want you I want you to think how you're going to move when it's heavy, because you got to get these ones dialed so that when you start getting weight on it, you're already moving that way. Because if you try to change, or like when everyone does a power clean because it's light, and then all of a sudden they have to squat clean it. I'm like, if you're going to squat clean the heavy ones, you're going to squat clean the light ones.
Yes.
While we go through this.
Yes.
You have to prime your body for perfect movement. And the other thing that's crazy about this is the every single rep that you do shitty moves you down the path of having bad movement. Like it's a repetition thing for sure.
I mean, it's called a habit. It's either good or it's bad.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. I've never seen anyone's terrible light lifting turn into good lifting when it got heavy.
No.
And even if they're successful, it only means they could have been more successful had they been working on their technique at the lighter loads. I had a guy, and I didn't know who he was. I'm glad I didn't. Not that I would have changed the way I responded to him. But it was at a level 1 seminar. We were learning the push jerk, and this guy was moving so fast, but he was never extending his hips on the initial drive phase of the push jerk. So I brought him in the center of the circle. I was like, what do you guys see? And he's like, he's basically has not a muted hip because he is flexing, but he's not extending his hips. He's trying to get underneath. And he was very reluctant to the feedback. And then after the breakout group was over, his buddy came over and he goes, do you know who that was that you pulled in the center? And I was like, no. He goes, that's so-and-so. And he's one of the best lifters in Louisiana. He took second at the state championships or second at nationals in his weight class. And without skipping a beat, I was like, well, he probably would have gotten first if he'd extend his damn hips through the jerk. That was my response. So yeah. So shut up and extend your hips.
Yeah, if you're the best, then be better. Oh, you don't want to get better? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Should have been first.
It's just too light.
Yep, and that's why you're second.
Taping and chalking. This is less about tape and more about the hook grip, but taping the wrist can help with discomfort. All of this is about discomfort, which I can already see Bill smiling. Oh, you're
big baby.
My fingers hurt. The thumb can also be taped to keep the skin on while using the hook grip. I will be honest, is that I was so reluctant to the hook grip because of this next statement. The hook grip will greatly add to your lifting capacity. Though initially uncomfortable, if not painful, with practice, the hook grip will feel perfectly natural. I hated how much the hook grip hurt my thumbs when I first started CrossFit. I was like, I refuse. This is so dumb. I fought it for a long time, but this is the reality of it. It's like, I was just being a pussy because it hurt my thumbs. Then I started taping my thumbs and that got better. And now I realize how wrong I was. And yeah, I made my amends there to my coach.
You know what's funny? And I see this mostly with women. They learn to hook grip. And I think it's because they're not moving a whole lot of weight in the beginning. And so they don't feel the pain. And then they hook grip everything.
Dude, I hook grip my steering wheel. Yeah.
Dude, like the bench press. Anytime they're going over, all right, guys, we're doing a push press or a push jerk set. You know, there's no pulling from the ground at all, and they're all hook grip. And I'm like, can you ease up on the hook grip? Like, I get it.
It's like we're pressing,
but we don't need it for that now.
It's like masters, dude, I don't even wearing knee sleeves for running workouts. I'm like, guys,
geez, oh man, I don't even tape my thumbs anymore.
Really? Gosh, you have really gone
au natural, dude.
Yeah, no shoes, no knee sleeves. I don't wear. I did bust my knee sleeves out on that qualifier because my knees. I was like, listen, I'm grabbing at straws while drowning. I'm just gonna put them on. That's it. I don't. No, I don't wear knee sleeves anymore. I don't really wear a belt. I do tape my thumbs. I just enjoy taping my thumbs. It's like a habit thing.
Yeah.
It's like one of those. I like to wear these pair of socks. Kind of a deal.
I get it.
The thing I'd always tell my athletes about the hook grip, and it says, with load, the bar does not stay in the hand, but hangs from the fingers. Because the barbell spins, gang, is why you need a hook grip, because it locks the bar in, or else it'll naturally want to roll away. Right. That's why people switch grip, because the bar will roll into one hand and the other and just kind of stabilizes there. It says the hook grip may eventually increase your clean by 50% or more. Now, probably in 2003, this was true. At the same rate, it does increase it a lot. A lot. And the feedback I was giving to my athletes, like, if you are choosing not to hook grip today, you are choosing to suck at weightlifting. You are making a personal choice not to be good at this. So you can either stop complaining or start hook gripping and let's get stronger. Oh, man. Stance and hand placement. So a lot of the stance levels, like it's more of a deadlift setup, a little bit wider than a traditional deadlift setup. Cleans, place the legs and feet directly underneath the hips. Starting stance is forward, narrower than the. I had to highlight this. Catching stance, receiving. It's 2003. That's all right. Ultimately, your hand position will be determined by adjusting the grip so that the bar hits the explosive point, basically the point where you really jump. Where your maximum capacity for hip and leg extension can be. So, Dave Lays?
Yeah, Lays.
Basically looks like He-Man.
Dude, he looks so huge in this picture. Actually, Sevon just had this up when he was talking to Greg, like I think last week, they were talking about this. In the video, Greg said that the videos that he did and the pictures that he did of this, he's like, we took like 1,500 pictures to make every single picture and everything look absolutely perfect.
Wow.
Like, it was crazy. He's like, I had Dave do so many cleans.
Yeah.
Madman Dave Lays. Yeah, crazy.
Heck, I hook grip the shit out of my deadlift. So do I. And I don't switch grips deadlifts anymore.
I don't do that anymore. I split my fingernails.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore on deadlift.
It just it puts me in a weird twisted position and I don't care for it.
Yeah.
The rack. This posture is called racked. It's critical for weightlifting and the demands of improves wrist and shoulder flexibility. Again, it's more of a shoulder thing than a wrist thing. Your wrist tends to pay the price on your shoulder immobility. The grip is loose with several fingers possibly coming off the bar, which is okay. The hands are basically babysitting the barbell. Yes. And the idea is that you are, I used to tell athletes all the time is I would say in their hands, they would catch the bar in their hands and then set it on their shoulders. It's like, no, you are throwing it to receive it on top of your shoulders. You're not catching anything. Mm-mm. And a lot of it was a lot. Usually it was a lot of girls because they're like, oh,
yeah.
I mean, nobody wants a bar flying at their face. So the old catch and release.
Yeah. Yeah. I would tell people that it should be like that bar should be going right against your throat. And like, well, how, I'm going to throw this into my throat. I'm like, okay, you won't. Like, I guarantee you won't.
Yeah. You'll be okay.
You'll be fine.
You'll be okay. So without this technique, your cleans development will be unnecessarily and dramatically limited. Yes, as we said, low elbow receiving position. Dropping the bar. We don't really need to spend time on dropping the bar.
That's what's one of the great things about the clean is it's much more. It's not nearly as scary to bail out on a clean as it is on the snatch.
Except those people that drop the bar on their thighs and then they break their femurs. That's fun to watch.
Or the people that have the low elbows and then like their elbow hits their knee and they like, my wrist is hurting, like that kind of stuff. But
I had a buddy
it's not going to land on your head though. It's not going to land on your head like the snatch.
Yeah, I had a buddy break his hand doing that. I was like, should have let go of the bar, man.
Should have let go. Jeez.
This is a you problem. All right, here's why I suck at cleans. The liftoff begins essentially with a deadlift. All right, strike one. The arms are locked, the elbows facing inside another. Now, this is an important key to the clean that I see a lot of people screw up, and I did it a lot, especially when I first started Olympic lifting for both the snatch and the clean, is that the arms are locked, the inside of the elbows facing one another. If you guys think about that, too many people, when they think active shoulders, think of it in terms of an overhead position or a bench press position or an overhead squat position, where you need to externally rotate to have active shoulders. Don't do that when you clean. Because when you externally rotate, your elbows go away from each other. Like if you guys think if you rotate your elbow, let me try, I don't know if I can do this on camera, like that, where it points to the ceiling, they should be forward like that. And if they're forward like that, you will feel like your shoulders are rolled forward and you're like, no, wait, they should be rolled backwards. It's back and down. But don't externally rotate your elbows, because what happens then is that you lock your arm in a position that you have to rebend during the middle of the clean. And too many people I'll see grab the bar and then externally rotate their elbows away from each other. That is not how your setup position should be when you do a clean. Just a little help.
What's a fix that you give for people to do that? Because I usually see, usually the issue there is people start pulling way early. And something that I've had, and again, this is not, and what a lot of the coaches out there need to remember is that like a cue is not a technique. It's getting someone to think a certain way to get you to move a particular way. So one of the things I would have people do is, instead of talking about their arms externally rotating and doing like what you're talking about, I would just tell them to put their knuckles down, point their knuckles down.
Yes, that's part of it. It says it in here, actually.
Yeah. It's just like that way they're thinking that way, and their arm changes when they do that.
Right.
So their arms don't externally, the elbow pit doesn't go to the front, right there, like that.
Right. And so what people make a mistake is that they stack their wrists on top of the bar like this, but that's after he started the pull.
Right.
Right. So they'll start with the bar there. But no, yes, your wrist, maybe this is a little bit of an over exaggeration, but that's where your clean should be. Your elbow or your wrist is in a flex position. Shoulders are down, right? You're securing the bar with your lats,
right?
Not your arms. Your hook grip is there, so your hands are lashed to the bar. But at no point in time should you be actively externally rotating your elbows to have that. If your arms are straight, it's connected to the body. The lats secure the bar. So active shoulders is back and down, just like a deadlift. So many mistakes I see there. I used to make them myself. All right, about 2/3 of the way, your first explosion point is where the bar brushes the thigh on the upward path. I used to tell athletes is like, this is where you jump. Don't jump from the floor because you will only get slower.
Right. Yeah.
I like stand, jump, receive. Like just keep it simple. I used to give people like 12 steps. And now it's like stand, jump, receive the bar. That's it. Everything else will take care of itself. We can get the nuances later once you figure this part out. It says the second explosion point is where the grip in the bar and your maximum capacity for hip and leg extension. So it's basically like first pull, start of the second pull, 3 pulls essentially. To get people to understand that, I would make a Mario Kart reference. It's like, you know those little flashing yellow things in Mario Kart? If you hit them, then you went faster. Like, yeah, that's right in the middle of your thigh. So when you hit the speed pads, jump. Please. The bar brushes the thighs, the chest is thrown upward. Upward, people. Not back. It's just too many, like all your movement. Yes, there's a slight backward movement of the bar path. If anybody's like watched the line thing get drawn, it goes back and then comes back around. But if you throw your shoulders backwards, everything is going to get behind the bar. That's different, right? Vertical behind the bar. But if you're actively going backwards, if you guys just sit in a chair or stand up and go backwards, your hips and knees go forward, and then that's where the bar is going to go. You need the bar to go up. And the flat-footed jump just simply means is that your heels shouldn't be coming off the ground during this entire first phase of the movement. Right? That's a flat-footed jump. Now, eventually you'll push through the balls of your feet. You'll have to leave your ground for your feet to move appropriately. But if you start from the ground and you start basically on the balls of your feet with your heels off the ground, you're already screwed. So that's what they're saying. Pull under. This took me so long to learn. Is it the first time that the arms contribute to the movement? It says the elbows whip forward, the bar is caught, which I put in red, but at the end here, it says receiving the bar and the athletes completes the movement. So they got the receiving in there at some time. But the pull under was always, I think that was too much information given me too soon when learning this lift. Because then I would just pull up.
Right.
Instead of under.
Well, and then that's the nuance of having the lightweight. Like, yeah, you should be using lightweight, but because it's light, the tendency is, well, I just am going to pull it. Yeah. That's why I really, and they'll talk about it here later, but that's why I really love the fact that they do the med ball clean at the level 1.
Mm-hmm.
And in the old days,
a lot of people don't, which is funny.
Oh, it's wild. When we would do a lot of our on-ramp stuff, we would do med ball and then go into a PVC pipe. So there's that same, like where you have someone grab the ball and then they change underneath the ball and they catch it. We would do the same thing with the bar so that they can understand that feeling of my arm stays straight. They only bend when I'm going down. So I'm pulling myself down under the object, whatever the object is, a med ball or a bar.
This is perfect segue. It's like you're a professional.
I'm trying. I'm working with you here.
The med ball clean at the level 1 is like, well, you teach us the snatch at the level 1. Why don't you teach with a PVC pipe? Why don't you teach the clean? It's because clean first.
Yep. Because the body's doing exactly what it needs to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The clean with a med ball is teaching you guys the most important pieces to weightlifting. Setup position, stand, jumping position, receiving position, feet moving, not pulling early with your hands, pulling under an object. It takes away, what I think it does is it takes away people's assumption of what they feel like they need to do with a barbell, and then they just listen with what to do with a med ball.
That's very possible. It's so out of the realm of weightlifting,
right?
That they aren't thinking that I need to lift this.
Right. And so in the med ball clean, the reason why it's taught at the breakout group on day 2 before you learn the snatch is because it teaches you all the key pieces that you'll need for Olympic weightlifting.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else it does? I was gonna say that one of the issues of people pulling themselves under the bar is that front rack flexibility, of which a lot
Yes.
of people don't have when they start working. So with the med ball, it's much more forgiving. So
Mhm.
they aren't worried about getting down there. They can get into whatever weird front squat position they're gonna get into with their elbows at whatever angle that they're able to hold, and they still are getting hip explosive open, that quick drop,
Yep.
catch, and then standing back up, or that receiving and then standing back up.
Mhm.
So we've done so many. It's so funny. We've been into this for so long. We've heard so many people bitch and complain about the med ball clean.
Yeah.
And how it's like we should just go straight to the bar, when it is all about learning the very basic first, and then you can put it to everything else. That's why the order of the movements at the level 1 are the way that they are, because you can't do the clean if you don't have the front squat,
Right.
right?
Well, and think of the
And then
group.
pulling from the ground, same thing.
Right. It's like, okay, what did we do before we got to the med ball clean in our breakout group? Oh, we did a deadlift. We learned how to set up. We learned how to stand with our hips and shoulders rising at the same time. We learned how to extend our hips at the top along with our knees. We learned what active shoulders mean at the bottom without our arms pulling. And then the next movement is a sumo deadlift high pull. It's like, oh, we never use that in movements. And like, true, but what is it actually teaching you how to do?
Right.
Oh, it's teaching you speed through the middle of the movement using rapid hip extension into a shoulder shrug and high elbow pull.
Right.
Oh, and then we do the med ball and we do the same thing, except instead of pulling the bar up to our chest, we pull ourselves underneath the bar. The whole
It's like
day
it's a
2
step.
breakout group is a giant progression.
Right. 100%. Yeah.
And
It's
then
amazing.
we teach you how to snatch.
Yeah.
But also med ball cleans in a workout suck.
If you do them right.
That's a good point.
I hate when people they try to all the athletes try to game it, and they do the Travis catch. They pull themselves down and stand. I'm like, will you stop?
Yeah.
Stop.
Do it right.
We just do what you're supposed to do.
The double squat, basically, because the setup position, I mean, that's a good wall ball shot in high rocks.
Yeah. 100%.
That is almost a full squat in the setup position, and then you have to receive it in another squat, and you do that twice per rep. Done the right way, right? And everybody skips this part.
Yep.
They basically go from here to here.
Yep.
I was like, come on, guys, let's do it for real. It says high rep medicine ball cleans are a wonderful sneak peek at one of CrossFit's most advanced training protocols, the high rep clean and jerk. And now Bill's getting excited. I can feel it. High rep barbell clean and jerks. We've only scratched the surface of the clean. First, to express the importance and potency of the clean. Second, to offer fundamentals sufficient to help you effectively explore the movement. And third, to encourage additional research discussing exploration and coaching of the world's most powerful lift. So great. Now there's book resources over here, which is quite cool. Okay, but it says strength and the clean. It's long been our observation that the athlete's max clean will be in large part and dependent on their max deadlift and max front squat. They're like, hey, Chase, what are your 2 worst lifts in the world? A deadlift and a front squat is the answer to that question. This is why I hate cleans.
All rolled up in one sentence. That's so great.
That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. It actually is a jerk from behind the neck and an overhead squat. And you wonder why I like snatching.
Yep. Yep.
Says any load you attempt to clean should be an easy load for a deadlift. Okay, fair. I've always wondered what that felt like to go to a clean and have it knowing that it was well below your deadlift max. Any load you attempt to clean should be an easy load for your front squat. As a rule of thumb, we encourage our athletes to push their combined max front squat and deadlift to 4 times their max clean.
He always has some crazy numbers.
It's the combined, right? It's like, okay, Bill, what's your 1 rep max deadlift?
495.
495. What's your 1 rep max front squat?
345.
345. So 495. So 850, right?
Okay.
No, sorry. 500. What'd you say? 340?
340.
Oh, yeah. So 850. Is that right? Those numbers are right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Divide that by 4. Okay. It's like a
225.
215, 225.
250. Yeah.
All right. Well, now we know, like, when this was written, a 225 clean was actually a really cool.
That was really good. Yeah.
And hard to do. So the numbers check for 03. Now, maybe not as much, right?
But it's that's actually an interesting number.
Yeah.
I would have thought, what the hell are you talking about? But that's actually fair.
So here's an example of my shortcomings in strength, but where I try to make it up in power. My PR clean, it's like squat clean from the floor, is 305. That was my best ever. My best front squat lifetime is 325.
Wow.
So my clean is like 98% of my 1 rep max front squat.
Wow.
My best hang power clean is 315. So there you have it, folks.
That's funny.
Just when I watch people like clean, it's like at the games, like they're clean 345, 365. And they've got like 475 pound front squats or 400 plus pound. Like, man, I wonder what that's like, where you just have to get the bar there and you pretty much got it. The whole time from start to finish, I'm just like, oh God, this is so hard.
Oh man.
Improving your front squat and deadlift is a surefire way to improve your clean. The favorite feedback or cue I ever got after I missed a clean was I had this member of mine yell at me because he's an Olympic weightlifter, and I'd miss a clean. He'd go, back to the squat rack. I'm like, God damn it.
Dude, that's John Young.
That's true.
What he does.
John Young would say that.
I will get you stronger so you can do these lifts. Because that's where most people, because that's the limiter. You can only technique your Olympic lift so much. You only can, then you gotta build the strength foundation to go up. You just have to.
So the clean and jerk is not only one of the 2 Olympic lifts, it is also an extraordinary movement of unparalleled capacity to advance your fitness. The clean will be the weak link in the clean and jerk. That's true. I mean, how many times have you heard it's like, if I can clean it, I can jerk it?
I was never that guy.
You were never that guy? That's interesting.
Dude, I hated that. I always saw people that were like that. They'd battle through this clean and then it'd go right overhead. I'd be like, I could get it up and I'm like, oh my God, come on, please, here we go. Yeah. And try to get underneath it. That was the opposite.
That was me. But unfortunately, the clean was so effing hard. I got too tired by the time I could get to the jerk. Because I basically just cleaned my 1 rep max front squat and fought that for about 7 to 8 seconds, turning my body into a question mark on the way up. Now I have to put this over my head.
No. Yeah.
All right. We're at the end. This was awesome. Okay. Of the 10 general physical skills, and they list them all, the high rep clean and jerk is the only single exercise protocol we know of that can substantially increase all 10, which is wild. An athlete able to perform a 225-pound clean and jerk for 15 reps at body weight of 200 pounds is surely CrossFit.
What's my time frame on that?
Now here's the best part. The 15 rep clean and jerk. For the 15 rep clean and jerk challenge, it's touch and go. That's the challenge. You can rest in the hang or in the rack position. So basically it's touch and go.
Okay.
Typically we perform 3 sets at the same weight, 1 at 15, 1 at 12, 1 at 9, and the 15, 12, 9 progression completely covers the time domain of all important the middle metabolic pathway and glycolytic. This article was written before this protocol got a name.
Yeah.
And this protocol has a name. It's a girl benchmark workout.
I know.
What is it, Bill?
Hold on.
Okay. Do I need to
No, don't use the music. Fuck, I know this.
You're gonna be so
I
mad.
see. I know.
You'll be so mad when I tell you.
I remember I see the first video of the girl doing it too.
Mm-hmm. It's a weightlifting protocol I want to see in competition.
Fuck.
Don't look at the comments.
I cannot remember what it is.
Gwen.
Motherfucker. Yeah. But I see it. I remember when it came out. I see the video on it. We've talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a good set.
And so here's why it's so great. Like what I would like to see at the CrossFit Games or some type of event, I actually programmed this at a Masters qualifying event for the Legends Championship one year. And it was this heavy Gwen. You had 10 minutes. You had to do a 15 rep touch and go clean, a 10 rep touch or 12 and a 9. And then we added your total weight lifted. Or something along there. Or like whatever you hit.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But it had to be unbroken. But what he's saying is like the gold standard for this, written in 2003, is 225. 2003. And if you do this, right, 15 reps at 225, or let's just say 75% of whatever your 1 rep max is. Just throwing it out there really quick. To do 15 reps of that touch and go is going to hit you with a stimulus unlike you probably have ever tried before. And then to try to rest and recover and do it again at 12, rest and recover and do it again at 9 and be successful for all of these is that you're hitting nearly most of the middle and glycolytic pathways as you do that. And he's right.
That's wild. That's wild.
On top of the strength that you're expressing. It's just,
I mean, dude, there's so much juice to squeeze out of that lift. The power you get, I mean, you can make that a hypertrophy-esque lift because of doing it like that, where you are going to failure at that rep set.
Yep.
The posterior chain, the glutes, the quads, the traps,
shoulders,
the shoulder, the midline.
Everything.
Like, dude.
Stamina, cardiorespiratory endurance by like that third one, in a sense. Maybe more stamina than anything, but still. You're hitting it all.
I mean, I always knew that I just liked it. I think I even put a post up about it one time, that it's just my favorite one. If you could only do one, what would you do? And I picked that one. Yeah. It's crazy when you list it out like that. I mean, just intuitively, it just felt right to me because of things that I liked, the things that I wanted. I wanted to be strong. I wanted to be powerful. I want to be able to have, that. I mean, I've always been more of a power output athlete. I was a wrestler, so it's like I don't need to go for like an hour and a half. I just need to be really damn good for like 15 minutes, 30 minutes. And I was a firefighter too. That's what the bottle was that we had.
True.
That we would be able to last that long. So I mean, it was, let me just go wild for this amount of time and feel powerful and strong in ego wise, just muscular in like that. God, it's just so good, dude. It's so good.
So I'm gonna read this whole in conclusion because it's written so well. It says the king of all exercises contains 2 classic exercises, the deadlift and the squat, and is itself a component of another classic, the clean and jerk. The classic of strength and power demands as much speed, flexibility, coordination, balance, accuracy as any sport, and at higher reps, it is a better cardiovascular stimulus than cycling. The clean, both an end and a means, marks the point where weight training becomes sport. As hard to master as the violin, every minute of practicing and training for this move is a minute well spent.
Yeah.
I like reading these because it like makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I'm just reading Greg's words. And there you have it, folks.
So eloquent, man. It's just awesome.
The clean.
Dude, we are having a storm kick in here right now.
Really?
Man,
Rain?
it's like
wind.
We're gonna get a ton of rain. We got a ton of wind right now. Like it's whistling through my.
Oh, is that what that was? I heard the whistle.
Yeah. I'm like,
that must have been loud as shit because I rarely hear anything come through your mic.
Yeah, it's loud.
Damn.
Crazy.
Well, folks, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Every time we do one of these, not that I'm surprised, but there's usually an element that's like, man, I hope it's I hope we got a good one this week. Or even when I think of one, it's like, oh, it's not going to be good. Next week or next time we do one of these, it is anatomy and physiology for jocks. Great. I can't wait. Just, hey, speak my language and the only language I know how to speak. And this is where we got all of our level 1 drawings, everybody.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from, Greg? All the way back in August of 2003.
It's wild. It's so good.
It is wild. Well, I hope you guys had fun with that. I know we did. We always love reaching back into the CrossFit Journal and just sharing the knowledge with you guys. Obviously, it's just something that we're very passionate about. It's what we've poured our lives into, and it's what we center our lives around. And we appreciate you guys being a part of that. Like and subscribe. Get us to 6,000. We'd certainly appreciate it. If you guys want to go the extra mile, join our Patreon or join our membership here. It's actually a cheaper option on YouTube. But appreciate you guys. Hope you have a good rest of the week. And Bill,
keep a good weekend, dude.
Shirt, bro.
All day, every day.
All day, every day. I'll still take Snatch.